again, once again. Uh, the first thing that we discussed about was what forests are. Secondly, uh, what is the importance of forest under the topics of productive functions, protective functions, regulatory functions, and accessory functions. We have discussed them in detail, and afterwards we also discussed about uh, why a particular type of forest is found in a particular region. So, what are the factors which affect a particular forest type to exist in a particular area? And the factors were the relief, that is, whether the area is a plateau, it's a plain, it's a mountain, it's a desert, or it's a coast. Anywhere, whatever places will be there, we will be having different types of forests or the trees found. The next factor was climate, which is the most important factor, and that is the temperature and rainfall. As I've discussed with you last time also, that it might be possible that the temperature at two places is the same. Temperature at two places may be the same, that is between 24 to 27 degrees Celsius. But what makes a difference is the amount of rainfall received in that area. So if the amount of rainfall remains between 100 and 150, then it comes under the tropical deciduous forest. And if it is more than 150, 200, then it is the evergreen forest. So we have already discussed about them in detail, the evergreen forest as well as the deciduous forest. In that, I want to ask you, what do you understand by pure stand? What do you understand by pure stand? Yes, Mohit has raised his hand. Mohit Chaurasia, give the answer. Mohit Chaurasia, just remember one thing. Pure stand are found in deciduous forest, that is tropical monsoon forest also. It is called as tropical monsoon or deciduous. And when it is found in pure stand, that is a number of trees of the same species found in one particular area, how does it make the forest important? How does it make the forest important? Kana?
Ma'am, it is economically important.
Anshika, okay.
Yes, ma'am, it is economically important. Means one can found the trees and they can cut it at a particular place.
Okay, very good. So, if you have a particular stand of trees found in a particular area, and if you require that particular type, it is very easily and commercially becomes very important. It's easy to cut. What makes the evergreen forest? Now, coming back to that question, wonderful uh, variety of trees which are very commercially very important, economically very important trees. Still, they are not commercially important. Why? Once again, I'm repeating. Evergreen forest, in spite of having such wonderfully economically valuable trees, still they are not commercially important. Why?
Ma'am, it becomes difficult for the farmers.
Ma'am, because they are students, raise your hand. Raise your hand and give the answer. The first name was there for okay, Kana was there, but I'll ask this question from Kaushiki. Kaushiki Jaiswal.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, it becomes difficult for the farmers to cut trees as the land
Farmers
is
are
also
not going to cut the trees. It's not the farmers who are cutting the trees. Farmers, who are cutting the trees? Woodcutters. Woodcutters or those who, the contractors who need the trees, okay, right? answer is correct. Whatever you're saying is. Kaushiki, where have you gone? Get the answer. Kaushiki, get the answer. Complete.
Ma'am, this much only I
Okay, so you want to say that since it is difficult. Why is it difficult?
Ma'am, the area is swampy.
Because they are present in different types of areas.
But they have mixed trees.
Very.
Ma'am, the land
Very
is
good.
swampy.
Okay. What else?
Ma'am, they have mixed trees.
Okay. The answer you are giving is one. They have mixed stand.
Lack of transport.
The land is swampy. Three.
Lack of transport.
Lack of transportation. Why lack of transportation? Why lack of transportation?
Forests are very dense.
Right. The forests are so dense that even if you cut a tree, the
Ma'am,
trees
because
are so
the forests
tall.
are very dense.
Right. The forests are dense and trees are tall, and even if you cut a tree, the area is having undergrowth, climbers, okay, tangled mass of climbers. You have written all that in your answers. So, because of all these things, it's very difficult to cut these forests. Moving on to okay. Any question or shall we start? Hiram, Hiram,
Ma'am, I want to
ask. Hiram, ask a question.
My question is that if there is an evergreen forest and we start cutting it from one side of the forest, then soon we will get to the good trees and we can make
You
use
want
of.
to cut. You want to cut all the trees before you want. I mean, you do not want. You are actually promoting deforestation.
No, ma'am, that's not what I meant.
Suppose if you want to get a particular type of tree and it is inside the forest, right?
Yes,
So you
ma'am.
have to first of all cut all the trees which are before that.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you require those trees? No. Then what will you do with those? Okay, you understand my point?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So it is when you require a particular type of tree and it is found in it's a very dense forested area. It is actually difficult. It's not that these forests are not being exploited, but they are exploited less because of these problems.
Okay, ma'am.
Otherwise,
Thank you, ma'am.
trees are we are using mahogany, rosewood, and hardwood trees. All the hardwood trees are being used, but it is difficult. The thing is, it is yes, your question.
Ma'am, in deciduous forest, there are same type of trees. Those who are using the trees, then they are also promoting deforestation.
Wait. Uh, you have to understand this. In deciduous forests, they are not having the same type of things. What are you saying? Actually, what is the question? What is the question?
Where the same type of trees are present, they are also cutting that. They are also promoting deforestation. Then
See, one thing is, we, as you have understood in the very first part of this chapter, that we depend upon the forest for so many things. So we require the wood. It is not that we don't require. What Hiram was telling that suppose if we require a tree which is inside the forest somewhere, so we are cutting those trees which we do not require. You understand?
yes, ma'am.
So if we require a particular species of tree, and if we are cutting those trees, of course this matter is deforestation only. But if we are requiring it for a purpose, then we need it. We have to depend upon the forest. Okay. So that is another point altogether. We will be, and you have when we will be discussing about forest conservation, we will discuss about that point. That planting, that if you cut one tree, plant two more trees. We have done it in afforestation, deforestation.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So that is another point.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Coming back to this, okay. The third, Kaushiki, you have another question?
Yes,
Unmute yourself and give the ask a
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, yesterday you were explaining about the deciduous forests are of two types, moist and dry. And you said that the temperature ranges are same. But what is the difference, ma'am? I'm sorry, I was not able to listen.
The difference was rainfall. When we say moist deciduous forest, if you look at your notes also, when we say moist deciduous, the amount of rainfall and humidity is more, the temperature remaining the same. But if you say about dry deciduous, you will see the percentage of humidity and the amount of rainfall in dry deciduous is less.
Okay, ma'am.
Understood? Uh, One more thing is this, that if there is always a transition period, transition area also, not period, area. That is, sometimes it happens that the amount of rainfall is more in the deciduous forest, and it sheds its leaves also, but the trees can be mixed up. Some of the trees can be also of the evergreen type because it is receiving plenty of rainfall. Deciduous forest. Similarly, if you look at the desert type of forest and the dry deciduous forest, some of the species will be similar, like neem, bale. All these plants you will find in both dry deciduous as well as desert forest also. So this is only a matter of amount of rainfall which actually greatly decides the type of forest in a particular area. If we are all clear about the first two forests, we have three more left. Let us start the third one. The third is a dry, uh, sorry, it is a desert type of forest. So when we say the desert type of forest, naturally these will be xerophytic plants. Those forests, those areas which are getting very less amount of rainfall and it is not easy for the trees to grow, these trees will be evergreen types. Now, evergreen, don't misunderstand that evergreen, the moment we say evergreen, the thought that comes to us is they will be tall trees with a canopy and all that. No. Evergreen, that means the trees will remain evergreen. But how do they remain evergreen? Now, in this case, the trees remain evergreen because they adapt to the conditions of the dry conditions of that area. For example, they take water from some soil level, take water from there, or they have modified stems or thorns to reduce the surface area. So all these are these xerophytic plants or the thorny bushes. They have adapted themselves to the climatic conditions. Such trees which are found in that area, the temperatures are same, almost 25 to 27 degrees Celsius, but these trees are the name of these trees. If you can see them, they are uh, baboon. You must have heard about them. Date palm, that is khajur. Then babe, hair, neem, khejri, kaju, cactus, and cocoa. So all these are the type of trees which are found in the dry desert area. So that is xerophytic plants basically. This area uh, is found, of course, in the eastern parts of Rajasthan, some parts of Gujarat, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, and some parts of Western Uttar Pradesh. All these areas which are receiving very less amount of rainfall, they get such type of forest. Any questions? So the third forest, the first forest was the evergreen with heaviest rainfall. And those heaviest rainfall, that is the broad-leaved forest, hardwood forest. Second, tropical deciduous. And this the third one was the desert forest or the thorny forest, scrub forest also it is known as sometimes. कांटेदार झाड़ियां bushes, you must have studied about them in class 9th also, maybe some other classes. If you have any idea, otherwise, if you have a question, please ask. If you have a question, please ask. Okay. So this was now. The important thing is, are these forests are also economically important, and you will find a lots of importance about this. We are using many products which have their sources in such type of trees. For example, it is written there that babool bark. Have you used the babool toothpaste? You've heard about it. The gum that comes out of it, the gond, which is used in babool toothpaste. It is also used in some of the plants are also used as a काढ़ा बनाने के काम आता है, cough syrup. There are they are also used for you know about date palm, that is kajur. It is being used. It is a full source of minerals in it. It is said that if you have just 2 or 3 khajurs in the morning as a breakfast, it will give you the requirement of the entire day of all the minerals. So such type of trees, you will have. I'm not discussing all those things right now here, but you will have the detail of all this either in the book or also in the notes. So that is the economic importance of the dry or the scrub forest, desert forest. The fourth type of forest found in India is basically found in those areas which are near the coast, and they are found in the deltas. These forests are called as littoral forests. Another name of it is tidal forest, and another name is mangrove forest. Littoral, tidal, and mangrove. All the three forests, all the three names are the same. They belong to the same area. In the deltaic region, which has fine, you remember that they have a very fine alluvium deposition. In those areas, tides are common. Now, what are tides? This you studied in class 9 that every 24 hours there are 2 tides. Remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
Twice we have a high tide and twice we have a low tide. Every 24 hours there are 2 high and 2 low tides. Okay? So, what happens in a high tide? The water level of the seas rises, floods the land. It floods the land. On the other hand, in a low tide, the water recedes and goes back into the sea. So now, what will happen in these forests? They are the forests. If you look at the picture on page number 124 of your books, if you are having a book here, you can see the picture on page number 124. It will tell you about the exposed stilt roots of during a low tide. How many could you see the picture of these forests?
No, ma'am. Page 120.
You're not having a book?
Ma'am, it is on 120.
120?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, maybe. Okay, check 120. In my book it is 124. Page 120. It is written exposed stilt roots during low tide. Now, how many of you got it? You will see the entangled roots above the soil. Now, these stilt-like structures, what are they doing here is, they not only have they have the roots which are exposed to the air at the time of a low tide, but at the time of high tide, this entire area will be covered with water. The roots that you can see here, and the type of structure, it is so strange to see such type of a structure here. They are called mangrove forest, and these like structures, what do? They are actually holding the soil. Think about it. Whenever there will be a high tide, the water will flood the land. And when there will be a low tide, the water will recede back to the sea. If these trees will not have such roots, then this entire soil, the, the fertile alluvial soil, will be washed away by the receding tides. Is the concept clear? Is it clear? हम फिर से बता रहे हैं,
Yes, ma'am.
तुम लोग देख रहे होगे कि किस तरह से ये आड़ी तिरछी जैसे एकदम किसी ने जमीन में गाड़ दिया हो डंडियों को इस तरह से कि जब हाई टाइड होगा और जब पूरे एरिया में पानी भर जाए तब ये रूट्स भी सारी पानी से ढकी होगी, लेकिन इनको सर्वाइवल के लिए इनको चाहिए रूट्स अबव द सॉइल. नॉट ओनली दैट, जब पानी वापस जाता है, रिसीड करता है तेजी से, तो इन जड़ों की वजह से वहां की मिट्टी धुल नहीं पाती, मतलब it does not get washed away by the receding low tides. Now is it clear? अभी भी किसी को कोई क्वेश्चन है तो पूछ सकता है. It's very important for you to understand. Everyone is studying children. कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि Gana, can you ask any question on this topic so that because since you are the first name here according in my participant list, any question that arises to your mind or you have got, so can you explain it at least? Can you explain what are littoral forest?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, littoral forests are found in the deltaic region.
Yes.
Where there are tides, high tides and low tides.
Right.
When there are high tides, the roots of the trees are submerged in the water.
Right.
And ma'am, when the tides recede, when the low tide occurs, the water from the surface recedes.
From the land recedes back
Yes,
to the sea. So how does these roots support?
They hold the sand.
They hold the soil together. They do not allow the soil to be washed away. Very good.
Yes.
So this was about these trees. Acha, basically what happens is this is an area which is where we have the salt. Most of this is a saline area. Okay. So what happens here is the trees of this area are not very like economically they are not very important because they are important only for the purpose of as a fire or fuel wood, you can understand. मतलब जल्दी से आग जलाने के काम में आती, ज्यादातर इनका इस्तेमाल आग जलाने के काम में होता है, खाना पकाने या घर के इस्तेमाल या कहीं पर भी जहाँ पे एनर्जी की जरूरत हो तो भी आग जलाने के काम में. सो कहते हैं फ्यूल वुड. पर इसमें से एक ट्री ऐसा है जो कहलाता है सुंदरी ट्री, जिसकी वजह से सुंदरबन का नाम सुंदरबन डेल्टा है. वहां पे ये ट्रीज बहुत तादाद में पाए जाते हैं. They are found in abundance. Which trees? Sundari trees. They are found in abundance. And these Sundari trees, they have hard, durable timber, and they are used for the construction of boats, especially for boat making. They are used for building construction work also. But most importantly, remember, Sundari trees are for boat making. Okay, so this was about the littoral forest. Rest, there are so many other trees. The names are given in the book also. You simply have to know some of the names. Sometimes I'll ask you questions also when we finish the chapter, so that you know what type of questions come from this chapter. Yes, Anshika, what question?
Ma'am, all these forests are only of
think every
So means, ma'am, means in the world more forests are found other than these.
they can be possibility, yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Uh, Actually, even if the forests are similar, the type of trees can be different. It all depends upon the, as I told you about the climate, temperature, and rainfall. So if the climate keeps on changing, the species of the tree, maybe we say one particular type of tree which is found in India, and since India is having a tropical monsoon type of climate, the same type of tree, if it is the same with the same name also, found in some other place in the world, but it will have some minor differences in its characteristics. Possibility. Clear? Moving on to the last of the forest, and the last of the forest is actually a combination of all. When I say this, it means a montane forest. Montane means the forests which are found on the slopes of the mountains. Now it's very yes, Pratham. Pratham, you have a question?
No, ma'am, by mistake, it was unmuted.
No problem. No problem. I'd love to have any questions from the people here. It's just like I thought maybe. Okay,
No,
so
no.
as I told you about mountain forest, the mountain forests are a mixture of almost all the types of forest. For example, when we say a mountain, we are talking about the slope which is rising from the plain, that is, from the foothills. And from the foothills, it reaches to a height of about whatever 6,000 meters. From uh, like if you're talking about a forest, there are difference in the climatic conditions also along with the heights. So if these forests with the increasing altitude, this is a very important characteristic of mountain forest, that the species will keep on changing with height. And why will the species keep on changing? It is because of the, with the height, when the height changes, the climate will also change. Okay? For example, it is given that between at an altitude of 100 to 200 meters, sorry, 1000 to 2000 meters, they are moist temperate forest. They are moist temperate forest. Above that, they become evergreen broadleaf forest if the amount of rainfall is more. Between 1500 to 1750 meters, like if when you go higher above the height, there are coniferous trees like cheil, pine trees. Above that, 2250 meters to 3000 meters, it is blue pine and spruce. At higher altitudes, alpine forest and pastures. Like after some time, it happens that uh, to a certain height there are trees, there are coniferous forests. But after 3000 to 3500 meters, after that, maybe there are not many trees. There will be stunted growth of trees along with pastures, that is, there will be grass found. And above that, finally, will be the snow covered peaks of the mountain. So, this is all like from the foothills till the end of the mountain. As we move from the lower to the high level, the type of trees will keep on changing. The species will be different from tropical deciduous to temperate deciduous, then to coniferous, then to grasslands, and finally to the snow-covered peaks. So this is one very important feature of the montane forest. On page number now, according to your book, maybe it will be on page number 121. If you can check it on page number 121, there is a green color column. Uh, can someone tell me whether it is there or not? Important trees and their uses.
Ma'am, 120.
That also 120.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Important trees and their uses. Which page number?
120. 120.
120?
Yes,
120.
ma'am, it is on 120. Yes, ma'am.
You can find it now.
Yes,
So you can
Yes,
see
ma'am.
the names.
Yes, ma'am.
You can see the names there: rosewood, ebony, teak, sandalwood, sal, palas, bear, babool, neem, devdar, and sundari. These names are there? These names are there or not?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Now
ma'am.
what you are supposed to do is while going through the chapter, you will have to find out whether rosewood belongs to which type of forest and write it in front of it. Write the name of the forest. For example, I'll give you one. The last one, suppose Sundari tree. Which forest are they found?
littoral.
Littoral forest. Okay. एक important चीज याद रखना बच्चों कि किसी भी चाहे वो सॉइल हो चाहे फॉरेस्ट किसी भी चीज के लिए अगर एक से ज्यादा नाम आए तो तुम्हें तीनों या दोनों या जो जितने भी नाम हैं उसके तुम्हें याद होना चाहिए. For example, from the last chapter, suppose it comes to black soil. Now the black soil can be also called as cotton soil. It can be called as regur, R-E-G-U-R, regur soil. Okay? You should know, though the question will be asked from for black soil, it could be said cotton soil, or it could be asked as regur soil or lava soil. All these will be for black soil only. Okay? For laterite soil, it will be as leached soil. Similarly, in this chapter, the names of the forests can be, for the first two, it's the same. Evergreen forest can also be broad-leaved forest, could be rainforest also. Evergreen forest, broad-leaved or rainforest. Secondly, tropical deciduous is all the tropical monsoon forests. Deciduous forest can also be called as tropical monsoon. The littoral forest have, as you know, that there are, I told you about the three names: the littoral forest, the tidal forest, or the mangrove forest. Desert forest can be scrub or thorny forest, or the desert forest, that way. And finally, montane forest is a mountain forest. So remember all these names, and then what you have to do is to write the names of the forest. You can take help from the book. Just write in short. Suppose rosewood is there. So rosewood, you have already written about what is it used for economically. In your notes you have written. You have to simply write about which type of forest does it belong to. In short, okay? Now moving on to the next part of the chapter. So when we know that forests are so important that our survival of human beings on earth is too much related to, because forests actually act as a cleanser, they act as a lungs of the world. If they will keep on purifying the air will be uh, the air will be pure enough for us to breathe properly. So we all know the importance of forest. We also know the importance of forest from those 4 points that we have discussed in detail. So that is not what we are going to discuss now. We will directly come to conservation measures. What measures have been taken for the conservation of forests? So they have very nicely they have given you uh, in points. First is increasing the area under forest. So how will you increase area under forest? by protecting the forest, by planting more and more trees in the forest and around it. Plantation of trees, that is either reforestation or afforestation. Both of it is going to help the forest to sustain on the earth's surface. It is not that we don't have to cut the trees, it is only that once we cut a tree, we have to plant. Actually, now the ratio has become from, it was previously 10 that if you cut one tree, you have to plant two trees. Now it has become if you cut one tree, at least plant 10 so that the forests grow. The second thing is, I'll ask you a question. I'll ask you a question. Why is it that industrial areas, why should industrial areas have afforestation? Okay, Divyash, are you ready with the answer? Yes?
ma'am.
Yes?
And because in the area of industry, so much of smoke like SO2, CO2 gases are coming out when the manufacture of some things have been done. So to
Okay,
reduce
very,
the plantation of trees and
very good. So you have understood this point need not be discussed more. You know the answer that afforestation in industrial area will save the air, or it will help the air to be. It will act as a air cleanser,
purifier.
purifier, right? Then stopping indiscriminate felling of the tree. That way, what Hiram was asking, that if we require one particular tree, why can't we cut the trees in the beginning so that we can reach that area? So that is indiscriminate means what? Akash, what happened to you? So indiscriminate felling of the trees means what? That you are cutting the trees without even knowing, like without even having a second thought of it. Simply keep on cutting the trees. So that is should be stopped. Next is to establish a corridor between different reserve forests. This is something, think about it. There are two forested areas, and then there is a corridor. That is, in between the two areas, there is we thought about the shelter belts now, planting trees to protect the to protect soil erosion against winds. Now here they are talking about a corridor, a belt of trees formed or planted between the two forests, and see what is the reason behind it. They are saying it is for the migration of animals, for the migration of wild animals. Like if there are one forest and another forest, and there is a patch of city in between or some. So if it is possible to have such a path, such a corridor between the two forests, there can be safe migration of the uh, wild animals, and in this way they will not be harming the society or the urban areas. Next, we have using alternative sources of energy. In this case, how does it affect the forest? How does it affect the forest? Or the help in forest conservation? I'm asking a question. Using alternative sources of energy, how does it uh, help in forest conservation? Yes, Anshika?
Help in
Aditya, yes.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, it help in forest conservation as for producing energy. Fire we use wood for, as a source of energy. So if we
Right.
use the solar panels or tidal energy, then we can conserve forest.
Okay, good. So this is how we, if we use alternative source of energy, that is, it could be hydropower, wind energy, it could be tidal power, or it could be any other power, solar energy. That way, it will we will cut less trees, and so that we can save the forest. Then, then they are saying proper legislation and its implementation. रूल्स बहुत बनते हैं, अगर ये करोगे इतना फाइन पड़ेगा, इतना होगा, तुम्हें सजा मिल सकती है, यू डोंट हैव टू कट द ट्रीज, अगर तुमको कोई भी हरा पेड़ काटे देख लिया गया तो तुमको इतने सालों की सजा हो जाएगी या फिर इतने 1,000 रुपए जुर्माना भरना पड़ेगा। पर क्या वो जिस तरह से लेजिस्लेशन है, लॉज हैं, क्या उसी तरह से वो काम भी कर रहा है? और अगर नहीं काम करेगा तो what will happen ultimately is no one will understand and we cannot stop this process. So there should be strict rules and regulations for to be maintained. And finally, people participation. People participation, we all know that if we will decide that we will not cut tree without any reason, and if we'll cut a tree, we'll plant two more, or we will plant small trees all around our area wherever we are. So all this will help. This though was very simple, and those who have already left, let me tell them that there are two very important points about this chapter, and that is the National Forest Policy. The National Forest Policy, which was adopted in the year 1952, and it was further amended in 1988. This policy deals with how to restore the forest, to grow forest, and how to make it more beneficial for the people with sustainable development. It was not that you have to stop cutting forests. No. What you were supposed to do is to use the forest, but also think about the planting of more and more trees. So that is about the national policy. They have given you certain points. Why should this forest conservation be done? I'm again repeating, children, please refer to those points which we have discussed. Why should we do forest conservation? It is because it provides us with so many things. Why should we do forest conservation? Because it holds the soil and protects the soil from erosion. It allows the water to be absorbed, so it maintains the groundwater level. Remember all those points. It regulates the balance of air in the atmosphere. It helps in transpiration, and because of that, rainfall can be possible. These are all those points which have been made, which have been uh, dealt with in the points. Why should there be a national forest policy, and what should be the points over there? There are two terms which are very important. One is social forestry and agroforestry. Children, till the end of class 10th last year, children kept on asking me, ma'am, what is the difference between the two? I cannot understand. And sometimes it comes like, what is social forestry? When it comes to social forestry, they write about agroforestry and vice versa. Why? Because when I am telling you the point, you are not listening. And you think it is very simple. So it's okay. These are very simple, of course. But then, one it is for you to understand and keep it always in your mind. So what is social forestry? It is made up of two words. One is social, another is forestry. Social means the society, समाज. तो समाज के लिए forestry करना. यानी कि the important thing here is to plant the trees on barren land. Remember once again, plant the trees on barren land so that the barren land can be utilized properly, and also the pressure on the forest can be reduced. Once again, it helps in restoring the forest by planting more and more trees on the barren land. It is the best example. It is the example of land use. All those areas where the land is not being able to be used for any other purpose, those areas can be used for planting trees so that it helps the society. So how will it help the society? It will help the society because the people will be getting, planting trees also can get employment to the people. They get employment. They have to make areas free. They have to make the area flat. You must have heard about a lot of people. आजकल बहुत सारे मजदूर ऐसे हैं जिनके पास काम नहीं है, रोजगार की तलाश में यहाँ वहाँ से वहाँ जाते हैं. तो उन्हें जब वो गांव में आए हैं, उनके लिए क्या काम हो सकता है? सोशली हम उनके लिए कैसे, सोशल फॉरेस्ट्री उनको कैसे हेल्प कर सकती है? They can plant trees. They have to make the area flat and they can plant all those areas which is barren. Also, there has to be the forest management as well as the society can manage the forest altogether for themselves. So, this is going to help. We will discuss because time is only 4 minutes are left. So, let me. There are objectives of social forestry given. Coming back to that now. It is given that it provides fuel wood, fodder for cattle, timber, and minor forest products to rural people. I hope you know the meaning of each and every word. Fuel wood, that is जलाने की लकड़ी, fodder for cattle यानी कि animals के लिए चारा, timber यानी कि ऐसी लकड़ी जिसका इस्तेमाल घर बनाने के या फर्नीचर या कारपेंट्री वर्क के लिए आता है, और भी छोटे मोटे फॉरेस्ट प्रोडक्ट्स जैसे पत्तियां हो या मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स हो या वो, उन सब का इस्तेमाल. दूसरा है कि लैंड को उसकी उसकी कैपेसिटी के हिसाब से इस्तेमाल कर, यूज द अवेलेबल लैंड अकॉर्डिंग टू इट्स प्रोडक्टिव कैपेसिटी. थर्ड इज डेवलपिंग लोकल कॉटेज इंडस्ट्रीज बाय प्रोवाइडिंग रॉ मटेरियल. जंगल से सामान जैसे केल्स या बैम्बू निकालना या पत्तियां निकालना या हर्ब्स निकालना, और उनको उनकी वजह से गांव में छोटे छोटे उद्योग लगाना, छोटे छोटे उद्योग जिनसे कि लोगों का बिना जंगल में ज्यादा बिना लकड़ियां काटे, बिना फॉरेस्ट को काटे, ज्यादा से ज्यादा वो उसका इस्तेमाल कर सके. जस्ट इस तरह से उनको अपना रोजगार भी मिलता है. Moving on to the next part, and that is the last part of this chapter, that is agroforestry. I can see the number is still decreasing and decreasing, so I'm also not interested. All those who are there, I'm going to tell them. Agroforestry, how is it different from social forestry? The word agro again is it made up of two words: agro, that is agriculture, and forest, that is forestry. Here, it is a combination of agriculture, and on the same land where agriculture is being done, forestry is also done. That is, they are growing trees along with agriculture on the same piece of land, and also with that, they're also having animal rearing. So in this case, this is the best use of land by a farmer, planting trees on his own land. In place of, like as a shelter belt, they can plant the trees and they can use it. They don't have to go to the forest. It again, as I'm just repeating, that it will reduce the dependence of farmers on the forest, and we can have extra income by the trees. And if you go in detail, these farmers plant the trees which grow very quickly. In 4 5 years, the trees become tall and they grow straight so that they do not obstruct the land. So not only they are managing with forest, also they are having agriculture side by side. So this way it helps the farmers with an extra reduces dependence on forest. Okay, so this was the end of this chapter. I'll be sending you the notes. And by the way, Khushi Agarwal, are you here? Khushi? Khushi, are you here? Bengal, sorry, the Arabian Sea monsoon current gives rainfall to Tamil Nadu. Actually, if you look at the map of India, okay, the coastal area, the south coast of India, that is Kanyakumari, it will receive rainfall from Arabian Sea monsoon current, which is a part of Tamil Nadu. Okay, but the east coast will not receive. Southern coast, that is Tamil Nadu, southern part of Tamil Nadu will receive rainfall from southwest monsoons. Why? Because the southern part of India is in Tamil Nadu, referred to Kanyakumari and the nearby areas. Okay, but the coast, which is called the Coromandel coast, which runs parallel to the Bay of Bengal branch of monsoon current, it does not get much of rainfall. Some amount of rainfall, less than 25 centimeter. Yes, of course, will have, but not much. Is it clear? Kushi, is it fine that the southern Tamil Nadu comes under the Arabian Sea monsoon current? And it will help because that is the Gulf of Mannar area over there. The seas are there, so they can get plenty of rainfall from it. Okay? Okay. So all the best. Any questions?